What's up, nerds? Own Goal here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video on how to trade better with your archers and some of the trade-offs of deploying them in different per unit formations. So right out the gate, we've got some Empire crossbows, common campaign unit, and they do show up in multiplayer a little bit less. And these guys are on pause. I've got some in a box formation and some in a line formation. The box formation turns faster. The units have to walk less far, which means that when they're facing like cav or like an assaulting force, they get more fire up time. And similarly, they're kind of good against rushes that aren't shooting them back because the unit occupies smaller space. So it's harder to have like one melee unit engage a lot of them in melee, and they have an easier time getting out of melee contact. And you can fit more of them into a tight space without them stepping on each other. On the flip side, we've got these line formation crossbows over here. Are going to have some other benefits, like they trade better into opposing archers, but they're going to do less damage when they need to turn. So, like, let's take a quick look. We've issued attack orders to all of them, and what we'll see here is that the first arrows come out of the box formation archers significantly earlier, and then the final volley also arrives earlier. So, like, you see that they've already turned and set up, and then they shoot. Whereas, so they rip off the whole volley while the other archers are still getting set up. And they're already down on ammo. Well, these guys are like still getting off their volley. So you can kind of imagine across your whole army and across the whole campaign that you can expect to get better performance out of your units when they're able to turn and start firing faster. Now we're going to look at the downside of the box formation. Basically that they're more susceptible to vortexes and also opposing ranged fire. So here we have a 4v4. My teammate Broccoli's crossbowmen are arranged in a line form and we're in box form. And basically, like, more of their spread is hitting our archers. So we lose all 4 of these fights. It's like a pretty decisive route. So that kind of illustrates, like, you don't trade quite as well. Now we'll take a quick look at line form. And there's a bit of RNG involved here. You know, like whoever gets a little bit of an advantage in the initial volleys can carry an individual fight. But you can see the trades are closer. And we ultimately go 3-1. Like, are better off than when we were in the box formation by a significant margin. So in summary, line form is better when you are trying to trade against opposing ranged units, and box form is better, like, in general, especially against melee rushes or when you don't fear a vortex. That's kind of how this all works. Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this kind of content, remember to subscribe. See you later, nerds.